Hey guys, it's Josie with Queen My Pawn, and I'm going to be going over King and Queen versus King technique. I have made videos about this in the past, but I need to maybe go a little bit more in detail with using more circles and arrows, because the problem is this. I see a lot of 2000 rated players not being able to defeat me when they're up a queen. Now remember, I would normally resign in um normal games, maybe even blitz games, but I'm talking about bullet games here, okay? And you're probably telling yourself, "Oh, it's just bullet. Of course, there's going to be time trouble." But these guys have at least 5 seconds left, and pre-moves on Lichess don't take any time up. You can actually get a checkmate within 2 to 3 seconds with the king and queen if you know the proper technique. Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to get to the middle. I call this downtown because downtown is where everyone goes to do their business. And if you can control the business, you can control the whole board. That's why people always say in the opening, control the center. So, how do you do that? Well, you can instantly go queen to e4, but that's not the technique. You're as strong as your weakest link, and that's been said many times. It's a cliche. The weakest link here is the king. You got to get your king in the middle. But the point is this. You can't checkmate with just the queen. You have to use the king to protect it. And if we remember the basic checkmating patterns, the queen is always in front of the king. Or the king is on the back rank, and then we just give a back rank checkmate with the queen. But the easiest one is the king and queen, the queen in front of the king. So king to b2, king to d5, king to c3, king to e5. Now look, we can't get any closer to downtown. That's illegal. So it's a red arrow. We can only go this way or that way. But it doesn't look like we're making any progress because we're still in the same level. I call this a level. This is the surrounding neighborhoods of that downtown. And if you stay in the same level, it's not really going to help. Interesting, though, is if you go this way, he has to go backward. So that could be a move. But that could work then. So he has to go back. See how he has to go back one level? He's out of downtown and he's going to one level. No matter what the move, we can always push the king back. For example, if king to d6, you can push the king backwards with queen to e4. And the king's got to go back to the edge this way. So we focus on pushing the king towards this edge. If the king goes this way, then you can easily just go here. And if the king tries to hold, maybe with king to f6 looks risky because it's very easy to push a king back to the edge with this technique. That's the waiting move technique right there. It's not about finding the quickest way to checkmate, but using basic, easy to remember techniques. That's a waiting move technique. If it was his move, he just moves here, and then you go there. But so we pass the move with a waiting move, we do nothing, then he's got to go back. So that's another one. He could not do anything else, so it doesn't really matter. So let's do this. See how if this was the edge of the board, he'd be back ranked? That's what we want to do. We want to checkmate him. So he's got to go back, and really, it doesn't matter where. This is probably the best one, even though it looks like it's going towards the corner. But the other ones don't really help because that's just pushing him to the back. If he goes this way, you can easily push him back with queen to c6, but the queen kind of gets in the way. You can actually go like this. Then the queen's not in the way anymore. So that's the thing. You don't want to put your queen in front of your king like this because the king needs to go to the edge as well. This will be checkmate, but the king's got to go to the back over here, and it's really easy to stalemate. For example, that's a stalemate right there. That's why you don't want to do that. So let's go back to the main line. It's the queen a6 line right here. And it's going to be checkmate in 2. 1, 2. You can even do this. So that's it. That's it for king and queen versus king. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe. And feel free to post any comments about endings that you want me to cover in the future. I love endings. And I'll see you in the next one.